everyone, good morning. How are you today? I feel you in good condition now.
And we'll make video to final project pronunciation.
We are the fourth group. My name is Nordiana Alvania.
And me, Lady Devianti.
And me, Masih Ladia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Laili Devianti, TBI C class. Indonesia called for international support to resolve Israel-Palestine crisis. Indonesia has reiterated its call for international leadership support to end violence during and ahead of international forums that seek to resolve the Israel-Palestine conflict. Indonesia strongly condemns Israel attacks, which have resulted in the loss of hundreds of lives, including women and children. Israel's aggression must be put to a stop, President Joko Widodo said on Twitter on Saturday. Joko has been urging the United Nations Security Council, which was due to meet on Sunday, to take measures against that we have described as spirited violence carried out by Israel, saying on Monday that Indonesia could continue to stand with people of Palestine. Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi attended an emergency meeting of Organization of Islamic Cooperation on Sunday evening, in which she tried to pass and to have a stronger stage on ending violence. We are focusing on gaining international support so we can put high pressure on Israel to stop the violence, Abdul Qadir Jailani, Director General of Asia Pacific and Africa, who accompanied Retno at the OIC meeting, told the Jakarta Post on Sunday. In here, I would like to explain two words. First is security, alveolar because there is sound E, and vocalized articulation is alveolar because there is a sound T. T is for voiceless. E on the word security is high from fourth vowel. This means our tongue is up and pushed forward. And the second I have word is tense. Alveolar because there is sound T. And for place of articulation is alveolar because there is sound T and K. S is for voiceless. D on the word stand single vowel sounds. A single vowel sound is any vowel that is not a diphthong. A single vowel is standard English.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nordiana Alvania. Indonesia calls for international support to resolve Israel-Palestine crisis. Indonesia has reiterated its call for international leaders' support to end violence during and ahead of international forum that seek to resolve the Israel-Palestine conflict. Indonesia strongly condemns Israel's attacks, which have resulted in the loss of hundreds of lives, including women and children. Israel's aggression must be put to a stop, President Joko Widodo said on Twitter on Saturday. Jokowi has been urging the United Nations Security Council, which was due to meet on Sunday, to take measures against what he described as repeated violence carried out by Israel, saying on Monday that Indonesia would continue to stand with people of Palestine. Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi attended an emergency meeting of Organization of Islamic Cooperation on Sunday evening, in which he tried to push the OIC to have stronger stance on ending violence. We are focusing on gaining international support so we can put pressure on Israel to stop the violence. Abdul Qadir Jailani, Director General of Asia Pacific and Africa, who accompanied Retno at the OIC meeting, told the Jakarta Post on Sunday. Okay, we'll explain about place of articulation of these three words: strongly, vision, and the. Strongly, the phonetic transcription is post-alveolar because the pronunciation is formed by the tongue curved behind the alveolar ridge. Velar because the pronunciation is formed with the back of the tongue against the soft flat organ. The dental this sentence, the stress pattern, stress in words is Indonesia, Indonesia, international, international, stop, stop, take, take, aggression, aggression, against, against, evening, evening, director, director, Asia, Asia, do, pressure, pressure, in which includes connected speech in this text are violence, violence. The way to read it is by removing the word e, a hate, missing word a, the missing word h, and do missing e, what missing word h, continue missing word e, warrants missing word g, r missing word e, huge missing word e, pressure missing word e, who missing w, and which includes linking sound in this text are ahead of, becomes, ahead of, in the loss of hundreds of life, become in the loss of hundreds of life. Said on Twitter on Saturday become said on Twitter on Saturday. To meet on become to meet on. Carried out by Israel become carried out by Israel. Saying on Monday becomes saying on Monday. The people of Palestine becomes the people of Palestine. Meeting of the Organization of Islamic to have a stronger become meeting of the Organization of Islamic to have a stronger. Must be put to a stop become must be put to a stop. We are focusing on become we are focusing on. And for intonation in this text is Indonesia strongly. Indonesia strongly. Israel aggression must be put to a stop. Israel aggression must be put to a stop. Israel-Palestine conflict. Israel-Palestine conflict. Okay, maybe enough for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ms. Fadia and I'm from TBI C class. And I will read the text from Miss Fitria. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Indonesia calls for international support to resolve Israel-Palestine crisis. Indonesia has reiterated its calls for international leader support to end violence during and ahead of international forum that seek to resolve the Israel-Palestine conflict. Indonesia strongly condemns Israel attacks, which have resulted in the loss of hundreds of lives, including women and children. Israel aggression must be put to stop, President Joko Widodo. Joko Widodo said on Twitter on Saturday, Jokowi has been urging the United Nations Security Council, which was due to meet on Sunday, to take measures against what he described as repeat violation carried out by Israel, saying on Monday that Indonesia would continue to stand with people of Palestine. Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi attended an emergency meeting of Organization of Islamic Cooperation on Sunday evening, in which she tried to push the OIS to have a stronger stance on ending violation. We are focusing on gaining international support so we can put hard pressure on Israel to stop the violence. Abdul Qadir Jailani, Director General of Asia Pacific and Africa. who accompanied Retno at the ICE meeting to the Jakarta Post on Sunday. And then I will explain about place of articulation and give example about stress pattern, linking sound intonation in connected speech. The meaning of place of articulation is it is describing about consonant sound. And I will explain one word. The word is mid. Mid is example from the labial m. The labial sounds are made by bringing both closer together. And the example about stress pattern are poop, cold, ahead, sick, stop, and tired end. And linking sound example is in the loss of life. Usually most people say in the loss of life. Twitter on Saturday. We must read like this. Twitter on Saturday. And then carried out by Israel until become carried out by Israel people. People of Palestine become people of Palestine. And next, the example from intonation. Stop, President Jokowi. And last is the example of connected speech. Like for, we must read for. Children must be read children. Wood become wood. Stand become stand. Wheat become wheat. And I think the last from me, please forgive me if there is mistake. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, I think the last I say, please forgive us if there is mistake. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.